And very well, the COVID-19 situation has forced all of us to adjust to the new normal. From countless episodes of hand washing, sanitizing, social distancing, all the way to the crippling economic effects. With 758 confirmed cases, 284 recoveries, and 42 deaths, the reality sinks every day when Kenyans watch Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe or his deputies Dr. Mercy Mwangange and Dr. Rashid Aman churn out the figures. But where we are all consumed with the coronavirus pandemic, there is another emergency that is sweeping across the country, leaving in its wake death and destruction. So far, 237 people have lost their lives as at yesterday. And please note, these are the official figures released by the government. The number of fatalities are obviously higher. If we are dismayed by the 42 coronavirus-related deaths, then we should be shocked beyond words by the number of deaths from floods. The simple arithmetic is that in the last 30 days, at least 237 people have died from floods. In 2 months, 42 people have died from COVID-19 related ailments. This means that the number of flood-related deaths is 6 times higher than that of COVID-19 deaths. And the latest floods have been around for only half the time COVID-19 has been with us. I'm not in any way suggesting that we should abandon COVID-19 after even one death is already too many. What I'm saying is that death is death, and no death is more grave than the other. Consider this. The Ministry of Devolution estimates that at least 804,000 people in 161,000 households have been affected by floods. That effect includes displacement from their homes. The worst affected areas are around Lake Victoria, Lake Naivasha, Tana River, Nzoia River, and parts of central Kenya, along rivers that flow into Tana River from the Aberdares. The Kenya Meteorological Department forecasts that the rains pounding various parts of the country will continue until after June, meaning more people will be affected by floods. But here is the interesting part. Devolution Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalo yesterday told Citizen TV that so far, the government has spent at least 1.2 billion shillings and was looking for another 2.5 billion shillings to cushion families affected by the floods. The worst hit areas being Tana River villages around River Nyando and Budalangi, among others. Floods, just like COVID-19, are a big money affair. And wherever such huge monies are mentioned, the all too familiar vultures known as disasterpreneurs will hover around with the intent of making a kill. Just like we demanded for the COVID-19 billions, the same measure of accountability must be demanded from the devolution docket. It would be prudent for the CS to itemize how the 1.2 billion shillings has been spent, who benefits, where and how. The openness must be extended to the projected 2.5 billion shillings expenditure, with details on how the funds will be utilized. Otherwise, we may in a few months be left dealing with billions consumed by the greed virus and more billions swept away by the floods of graft. And that's my punchline.